Mm. Welcome everyone to Channeling with Seth. This is class 2 on April 1st, 2021, class 2 of 4 classes. And we're delighted to be here, and we're going to now go within our heart space and do a series of things to raise our vibration to where this becomes possible, okay, in our physical body. So close your eyes. We open now to the flowing love of source energy. It is our intention to ground ourselves down now into the earth, acknowledging Mother Gaia as our mother, and asking for her vibration and the codes of creation that she offers us to come right up through our feet, and our legs, and to our solar plexus, and direct that energy now into the heart space. And also now connect to your own body elemental. That would be the elemental being that created that had the architectural plans to build the body you live in now. And now connecting to all of the kingdoms of the earth, which would be earth, air, fire, and water. And I also like to include the crystal kingdom. Sometimes people consider that a separate kingdom. And especially because I use Endara crystals to enhance my intuitive abilities. And I'll just plant a little note here. Sometime after Easter, hopefully next week, I'll have a new arrival of Endara crystals if you're interested. A lot of people have emailed me, and I'll set up some viewings through Zoom so people can see them. And if that doesn't work for you, then of course I can set up a private viewing, but I like to show them all, to as many people as possible. All right. So now let's send a pulse, a spark of light and wisdom up through our crown chakra, up to the sun, as we connect to the source light that comes right through the sun. It is the portal or gateway for Prime Creator's light. And we want to absorb that right through the crown, cascade down over your body, and bring it into the heart space. And now allowing the energy of the earth and the sun to mix in your heart, beginning to flow into every cell of your body. And if you remember, we call this the unity breath. This is the intention to create unity in your body, which creates a 0-point energy of neutrality where we can step out of duality. We don't have any more negative thoughts there. We don't have any I can't do it. We just have, wow, this is a great day. Let's see what's going to happen. And the solution energy begins to flow through the wisdom of that 0-point energy. And now let's go to the grid. Hopefully you're attentive to your grid over your house every day. You're working with angels, or maybe you're working with whales and dolphins, or both. And maybe you're working with ascended masters. It's my intention throughout the 4 weeks of this class to introduce you to many, many benevolent light beings that'll all be open to working with you with the grid that's over your house. So right now, we refresh the grid that's here, and you can do the same with Archangel Uriel to the south, Archangel Gabriel to the west, Archangel Michael to the north, and Archangel Raphael to the east. Now remember, you can do this any way. There's no right or wrong way. That's just how I have mine set up right now. And the columns of light should go down into the earth from each of the angels. And you tell them where to anchor them. Mine are anchored at 3.3 miles, which is pretty deep, but I've been doing this a while. And also up and above my house, 3.3 miles. Now see this beautiful pyramid forming and refreshing with the archangelic light that's set down over your home or your condo, your apartment, whatever your home looks like. And now invert it into the earth, make a perfect copy, as above, so below. And you have now the octahedron, which is the physical architecture of an energy matrix, which we call sacred space. Now drop into the earth to where you grounded, and where however deep you went into the earth, there is Archangel Chamuel. We bring those 4 columns of light to an apex. Center below is open. Same thing above your house, center above, and we bring in Archangel Jophiel. And if you're getting to know these angels, for me, she's just the sweetest. She's just so peaceful, tranquil is the word she likes. Such a good representation of God. And we bring the energy now into the heart, which is the seventh direction, the seat of the soul. And I'm calling in Archangel Zadkiel, calling in Bella and Humphrey. Those are the two whales that work here. Master Cat Puddah, who is Seth. My master guides. You do the same. Call in what you feel is appropriate. My connection to my star family. And to the overlighting presence of the energy we call Seth. We ask that for guidance for this class. And our sacred space is open. Beautiful. Yeah, we're going to go one layer deep now, another layer deep. I'm going to show you a little film clip from my film, which is called Ascension Guidance, Living in Your Heart. And it's to emphasize the importance now of this is the order I would do it in, okay? I would set up my grid, I would do a unity breath meditation, and then I want to make sure I'm in my heart. And some people still don't necessarily know how to do that. So this should help.
Tools for Ascension. Living in your sacred heart. Living in the heart is utilizing the most important cosmic law. Entering the sacred place of your heart is the source of creation. The heart is the key to everything. The heart is older than the body and the brain. The secrets that you are seeking are within your heart. Within your heart is where creation takes place. The brain requires light to see and exist, but the heart sees in darkness. In the heart is a world without fear. There is a vibration within the heart that is the Om to the universe. It is the heart that contains the original instructions for life. And when the heart is again in control of a person's life, life responds with joy and power. The heart is the key to everything. There is a secret inside the heart that is there for you. There is a tiny space within the heart where creation actually takes place. When you create from your heart, you create beauty, pristine vibration, a world without fear, a world without polarity or duality. When you create from the heart, there is no karma, because the heart is incapable of lying. When you create from your mind, there is polarity, and it does not matter how incredibly beautiful something that you would create from your mind is, because somewhere in the world is an equal or opposite reaction to that. So when you move into the heart, there is only love, there is only truth, and there is only beauty, because your heart is incapable of lying or misleading you. We are living in a feeling universe, not a thinking universe. If you have been thinking your way through life, you may be sadly dismayed with the creations that are occurring in your life. We suggest that you move immediately into your heart and begin to create without polarity. Master Puddah lovingly suggests that you take out your brain and that you dig a hole in the backyard. You bury your brain and you forget where you put it. The heart is the map and the key to your life.
Okay, so let's put our blindfolds on. And we'll take this another level now, just letting people into the room. And we're going to do a heart meditation now with the idea of refreshing your memory on different modalities to move into the heart and into the small place of the heart, and to raise your vibration through intention to prepare for channeling. But you do need a blindfold.
entering your sacred heart. The sacred place of your heart is the source of creation. The heart is the key to everything. The heart is older than the body and the brain. There are many secrets inside of your heart for you to remember. There is a tiny space within the heart where creation takes place. The heart is a torus and exists within a toroidal field. The toroidal field represents the infinity sign or loop, which is also representative of balancing the two halves of your brain. In the heart is a world without fear. There is a vibration within the heart that is the Om to the universe. As we connect with our sacred heart, we suggest a unity breath meditation. This meditation will connect you to your Divine Mother and your Divine Father, balancing the energies and connecting you to your personal sacred heart space. In this meditation, we suggest a grounding as we send our light deep into the heart of our Mother Earth, opening the soles of our feet and allowing our souls to connect to Mother Earth's soul. Sending our light into the earth and allowing Mother Gaia to send her love back up to you. Allowing this energy to flow freely through our systems, placing a ball of our Mother's love in our sacred heart. And now, opening our heart, our throat, and our crown chakra, connecting to the infinite wisdom of Father Son, sending our light up into the cosmos, connecting with our Creator. Feel the love of Creator as Spirit answers your call and floods you with the energy of your source. This is the place of infinite possibilities and all-encompassing love. Allow the energy and flow of love to fill you. And now place a ball representing Father Son, source energy into your heart next to that ball of Mother Earth. Allow yourself to experience this energy now, running vertically in two directions as it flows into your being. This balanced energy that you are receiving from your mother and your father will now allow you to enter your sacred heart. This expanded and balanced love energy that you have created in your heart is where the highest creations take place. And now, allow your energy to expand out into the universe to connect with the infinite intelligence of all of creation, honoring the divinity within you. And now, ask that the energy of the cosmos returns to you magnified. And now, we're going to journey into the inner sanctum of your heart. There is a vortex there, and it will pull you into a tunnel, into the outer sacred space of your heart. Feel the vibration of your heart in concert with the divine, and know that this is the place that you want to create your life from. We will now provide 2 exercises to assist you in entering your sacred heart. Allow your consciousness to center and to be within your brain, pineal and third eye area. And now send your consciousness out of the back of your head, entering your body between your shoulder blades, going directly into your heart chamber. Allow yourself to feel this arc of energy and practice navigating this several times, experiencing the energy of your consciousness moving from your mind through the arc between your shoulder blades and into your heart. And now, allow yourself to try a second modality for entering your sacred heart. Once again, center your consciousness in your brain, pineal, and third eye area. And now, allow yourself to take the elevator down from your brain into your heart and walk directly into your heart chamber. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the elevator door and walk into your sacred heart chamber. Ask your Creator to let there be light within your heart. Within this chamber of the heart are your Akashic records and your intentions for coming to Earth in this incarnation. All of your personal information exists here. From here, you can remember that you are your best teacher and you know your own inner truth. The vibrational increase is magnified as you are centering now in your heart. And now we are going to ask you to go into an inner chamber of your heart. This inner sanctum of your heart to your most special and sacred place. Explore finding the opening now to the inner sanctum of your heart. Perhaps you will be led down a hallway. Perhaps you will be guided to open a door. Perhaps you will enter a temple. Or perhaps you will trust your guidance and you will just be seated and allow a vision to present itself to you. The inner sanctum, the still small space of your heart, is 0 point. The origin of creation is within you, and your heart contains the original instructions for your life. Go deeper now into the still small space of your heart, the Holy of Holies. This is your most sacred and special place that holds the highest vibration you can emanate and sustain as a physical being of light. Go into your center of consciousness now. Here you will find that all of the universe is available to you. Within the inner sanctum of your heart, you can access all of the wisdom of the quantum universe. And here, all time and no time exist simultaneously. As you practice these meditations and techniques, you will note that a vibrational increase will occur each time. Eventually, it will be easy to enter your sacred heart, and perhaps your heart will be a permanent place for your consciousness to reside. This opportunity will release the need for your brain or mind to try to be the controlling organ or force in your life. When you begin to consciously live within your heart, you will find that you are no longer participating in duality. You will live within the center of your being, and you will release polarity. You will begin to live in a pure vibration that transcends right or wrong or judgment. Your thoughts and feelings will emanate from the sacred place of the heart, and you will create and manifest very quickly in third-dimensional reality. Our suggestions are to practice moving back and forth from the brain area to the heart every day, feeling the difference in vibration, and then practice moving from the sacred space of your heart into the inner sanctum of your heart. We suggest you consciously navigate from time to time back into your pineal, and then drop down in the elevator or arc your consciousness back into the heart through your shoulder blades. Begin to sense and know when you are in your heart, and then begin tracking how much time each day are you living and creating from your sacred heart. Whatever you are dreaming in your sacred heart space becomes your reality. In retrieving and creating mastery in your life, we encourage you to work with automatic writing, and perhaps you will want to begin to record your intentions and feelings. Also, we suggest you experiment with keeping a daily journal of your thoughts and intentions. Access your mastery by asking yourself, from the sacred space of the heart, what are my special and unique gifts in this life? Who am I? Where am I from? And what am I here on earth to do? What have I chosen to do in this lifetime to create joy for myself? What can I choose in this lifetime that brings joy and harmony for others? How can I assist in creating unity consciousness in my own family? And how can I assist in creating unity consciousness in my community? How can I contribute to creating a peaceful world in which to live? How can I demonstrate what it is to be peaceful and balanced as a global citizen? We encourage you to explore living and creating from your sacred heart each and every day. It is an honor and a joy to have worked with you in this way. There is great love within your heart for each and every one of you. And now, as we move forward in time, embracing the increased vibration of the earth, the angels, the animals, and the dolphins ask me to ask you to remember and implement 4 evolutionary principles of cosmic law that apply to all beings. Number 1, embrace the human purpose, therefore examining your true life purpose and why you chose to incarnate in the evolutionary spiral at this time. Number 2, at the core of every being, all have divine essence, which is goodness and love. Number 3, free will is an absolute and universal right on this planet. And number 4, all of natural life and its existence is sacred. So be it, and so it is. Blessings and namaste. I am Laurie Reyon.
Okay, welcome back. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. And just, a little reference now on being very kind to yourself and very patient, because we're retraining everything that we were taught, to come back to the heart, to live in the heart, to manifest from the heart, and not to judge, not to have negative thoughts, not to listen to the news or to anybody anywhere that might mislead you. Your vibration is so important. And if you've never felt that way about yourself, here's your opportunity. when I learned these concepts, I studied with Ron below Melchizedek. I started in 2010 over a period of 3 years. And he was, I've had a lot of great teachers, but he's the heart teacher of the heart teachers. And he has studied with the Tibetan monks who, really hold space for the planet. They live in their hearts up in the mountains. And he studied with all different types of indigenous people, including the Mayans, that are all telepathic. He told a story once that they came to Sedona where he lives, and they're all standing around in a circle with getting their bags together, and they're talking, but he can't hear them because they're all talking telepathically. And he's standing there like wide-eyed, like a little kid, and one of them looked at him and said, "Oh," and went over and touched his back, where the entrance into the heart chamber is. And then he could hear the conversation. So, you have to stop and remember that if you haven't done this yet in this lifetime, it doesn't mean you can't do it. And it certainly, I hope you don't find it too challenging and that you give up because you don't have enough self-love or enough self-care, because that really is the answer. And I know that's what you would tell your children or your family, is that it's always about more self-love. It's about seeing the God within you. And again, you're not going to find that teaching easily, I don't think, out there in the world today. More and more people are coming to it. More and more metaphysical groups, more and more spiritual groups are opening up. But when you start using these techniques, wherever you get them from, whether it's from me or someone else, and you really shut the mind down, I mean, really don't use it anymore. Okay. You don't need it. And that's a direct challenge, because you don't need to think your way through anything. In fact, the more you do, the more you'll crash and burn. You need to come back to this place of love and honoring. And I think I told you in the last class, if you'll sit for 10 seconds when you have a challenge, I don't care if your car breaks down or, something really horrific happens to you, you'll just sit, just make yourself be quiet, stay in the heart. The solution will come. They'll give it to you. Something's going to happen. Someone will show up, say, "Here, I'm here to help you." It happens. It's real, but it can't come to you if you don't let it. If you've got this big concrete block up, which is, "Oh, it's so awful. It's difficult. I can't do it. Oh, so-and-so hurt me." We have to really rise up above the predator victim cycle, because that's the lowest chakra scenario the planet has. That's the lowest even of duality. If someone hurt me, there's a predator out there, and not realizing that you're creating your own reality. So you'll stop doing that. You'll stop creating predators in your life. Instead, you'll create manifestations. So let's take a minute and open up to anybody that has a question about living in the heart, how to go into the heart, what it's like to live in the heart already, how your life has changed. Because this is the concept that's the foundation for spiritual mastery and for your life. Really want you to get it. So anybody? Comments, questions? Sherry?
I had a really cool experience, if I could share.
Yeah. Hi, Debbie.
Hi. When you said that about the clicking in the air, maybe being dolphin, I tested it and I got a yes. And it all fits together. I'm a vocal sound healer, what I do. And so I carry dolphin medicine. So I don't know why that didn't occur to me, but I loved the bury the brain in the backyard. I had a dolphin take it to the bottom of the sea. But the really cool thing was I just got these Andara crystals today. I mean, literally less than an hour ago. And
Wow.
they're all different ones. And, I want to try them all. But I put this one under the blindfold and it just like lit me up. And it just so happens the one I picked is the color of the ocean. So
Look at that.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another whole level of the help that we have. That help has come across the stars, across the galaxies, to arrive on Earth and be here waiting for us, when we woke up. So,
And I've done Drumbelo's work before, so finding this
you know,
in the
okay.
heart was
Right.
easy. Loved it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for being a testimonial for him in his work. Anybody else? Ann.
Yeah, I was looking at your Andar crystals, and I have a large, like this big quartz crystal that I keep sitting in the window so it gets sunlight. And as I was sending you an email about getting the Andar crystals, the being that inhabits that large quartz crystal, came over to me and said, yes, 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 please get a whole bunch of them. And I haven't talked to her in like years. And the other thing is I really love Drumbolo too. I've studied with him too.
Yeah. A good refresher course is just to read the book again, Living in the Heart.
Yeah.
It's simple. You can read it one day. It's full of great stories. Also, I think one of the better books, if you want to understand, how we're guided, and how he's gone all over the planet doing things that he was guided to do, mostly that he didn't want to do. He was like, can't you get somebody else? And Thoth would say, no, this is for you. Get up, let's go. And that's Serpent of Light. It's a great, great book. One of my favorite books. Can't say enough about Drumbolo. One of my favorite memories is watching him with Puddah too. I think the first year we sat in the front row, and she repeatedly would, look up at him, and he'd come down and look at her, and then they'd talk, and then by the second year we were in the back of the, me and my friend Joanne, and she had her lounge chair. She was laid across the lounge chair. Just, I know what's going on now, And when we break into groups, how he does all the group work. She would get up on the massage table on whoever was on the table, lay right on him. And that was one of the early things I saw, that she was going to be a healer of her own choice. Yeah. Super stuff. Okay. Well, as long as you know how to go into your heart and you have the wherewithal to track yourself and stop yourself if you have a judgment, stop yourself if you find yourself sitting in an easy chair looking at CNN. Don't do it. Don't put that vibration. And no offense, things that are not of the truth. There are organizations out there, and we don't need to speak of them, but they're not for your highest and best good. Okay, let's put it that way. They don't really care about you, and so they will feed you different things that are not good. All right. So we're going to share just some of my favorite channels, and maybe you can comment too. We're going to look at some of the ones that I just adore. And I think we are. I don't see it. Here we go. That's for later. Okay, that's not the one. To trace my brain back to planning this class. Okay, there we go. I know where it is now. And you guys there at home, please mute your rooms now. The background noise. Okay, so I love Esther Hicks. I've listened to Esther Hicks for, I don't know, however long she's been channeling, since the beginning years. And it's like my family. I don't know if you feel that way. When I read these words, all of the years and years of channeling, and I signed up for the daily dose too, where you get an email. And I think this was today. Yeah, okay. Things are coming into your experience in response to your vibration. So just that statement alone, how many people know that? What's coming to you is responding to the vibration you're putting out. Your vibration is offered because of the thoughts you are thinking. And you can tell by the way you feel what kind of thoughts you are thinking. Find good feeling thoughts, and good feeling manifestations must follow. Make a decision to look for the best feeling aspects of whatever you must give your attention to. And otherwise, look only for good feeling things to give your attention to, and your life will become one of increasingly good feeling aspects. So they teach all about law of attraction. They teach specifically on, manifesting money, unbelievable experiences. So when you can watch their YouTubes, you can, I'm sure one day very soon you'll be able to see her live again. She comes to all the major cities and channels for a whole day. It's fabulous. Okay, so check it out. It's Esther Hicks, channeling Abraham. And Bashar is another one of my favorites. Now, Bashar is an off-world being using the body of Daryl Anka. He's an Eshashani, and I'm not going to take our whole class to describe that to you, but I'm going to let him channel here for 4 or 5 minutes. You get a sense of it. I really enjoy Bashar, and he's totally and completely, in my world, in integrity with his channeling.
Of your time. How are you all? All right. I'll take that as an okay. First and foremost, once again, we thank each and every one of you individually, all of you together collectively, for the co-creation of this interaction. Let us begin this transmission, which is titled the Mind-Body Meditation. It is based on what we have termed the 7 basic needs in life, in physical reality. Now, we're not going to do the meditation right now, but we're going to tell you how to do the meditation, and we will do a short version of it later on.
Okay, now a question I waited a year to ask you because...
One whole orbit.
Yes, because it's a question about time travel.
Oh, yes.
And I asked you a question last year about time travel, and you
Yes.
said, and there really is no such thing as time travel in the...
Science fiction sense,
Yes.
correct.
But it's a matter of matching vibrations
Yes.
of, let's say, this moment to last year's moment would be a sort of time travel.
Well,
No.
again, it's not exactly last year's moment as you understand last year's moment.
Right.
It's a moment that may be similar in a parallel reality. It may look almost identical. You may not be able to tell the difference, but you're not actually in your own past. You're in a parallel reality that looks like what you experienced as the past, but it's not yours in that sense.
So the essential thing that I came away with and thought about for a year is that there really is no duplication of this moment ever, because this moment is only this moment and you can't duplicate it.
Correct.
So there is no time travel back to this moment
No.
because we're live.
Yes.
And even a recording is not the moment.
No.
So, okay.
As the Zen monks on your planet say, you can't step into the same river twice.
Exactly. So you're in the future, but what future are you in?
That's a good question.
That's why I asked it.
Because you see, the idea, again, is that we exist in a manner you perceive as the future. Of course, we exist at the same time you do, in a parallel reality that to you feels like the future because of its vibration, because of it expresses itself in the way that you relate to as the future. Of course, if we weren't actually simultaneously coexistent, we couldn't be talking to you.
Right.
So the idea is we are representative of a probable future that contains and expresses certain frequencies and certain vibrations that are representative of a harmonious Earth interacting with different extraterrestrial beings, and it's your choice to decide to guide yourself and shift yourself to that version of Earth, or that timeline, so to speak, by being more of yourself. That's why we feed you the information, is because the formula itself, the instruction manual itself, allows you to change and shift your frequency, and that navigates you through the different frames of parallel realities, creating a so-called continuous timeline that you experience in physical reality that navigates you to the version of Earth that already exists that's more representative of the changes you made within yourself that you say you prefer, and we represent to some degree that particular future reality that you say you prefer.
So your presence here is sort of pulling us, in a sense, through time, space, towards that probable future. And the more we embrace such an exchange, the more probable perhaps that future becomes.
Exactly.
So thank you for your presence and your willingness to participate. But what do you get out of it?
A bigger family.
Okay. But
do you not think that you have value to us?
no, I get that. But it already happens in your present, which is our future. It's already there, right?
It's not exactly the way you think of it, though.
Okay. How should we think of it?
It's not about should.
Okay.
The idea is that we understand your potential. We see what you really are, but we also see what you prevent yourself from knowing that you are. And therefore, we give you information that allows you to strip away the things that are not you, so that you can become more fully apparent to us in our reality as the beings you actually are in your core.
Just like you're a parent to us.
Yes.
A parent.
We are seeing you forming, in a sense, in the same way that open contact would be an idea where you see us forming in your so-called reality. We are blending and overlapping the realities to create a third probability in which we can both interact. And so we're experiencing the formation of that reality even as you are.
So in the 33 years or 35
37.
years, 37 years you've been visiting us, have you seen the unfolding of a closer probable reality to what your intention is?
Yes. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this.
All right. I mean, so we're evolving.
Yes.
And okay, I'm just checking in.
Okay, we're going to go down to Patricia Cota-Robles and listen to a little bit of her blog. Probably not the whole thing because of timing tonight. And this is somebody I highly recommend you get involved with in the sense of watching, what she's putting out. She channels the company of heaven. And according to Puddah, or Seth, she's a planetarian. So she's huge responsibility in her work. So I thought we'd kind of start at the top tonight and, look at some of the channels that are really out there changing the world. Who knows, you might be the next one, Also, I would point out that Bashar, Daryl Anka, being the human being, is a trance channel. And that's a little bit rarer than just channeling like you and I are doing tonight. A trance channel is someone who would not remember necessarily what happened while Bashar was using his body. Okay? So a different type of channeling. Here's Patricia.
Hi, precious heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. Today we are in the midst of Holy Week. This is the time when billions of people around the world pause to acknowledge our Father, Mother, God through various spiritual and religious celebrations. Holy Week began last Sunday with the celebration of Passover and Palm Sunday. On that day, we experienced a very powerful full moon, which was the first full moon following the March equinox. This is the full moon that ushers in the celebrations of Passover and Easter every year. The collective focus of humanity's attention on these spiritual events creates a unified cup of consciousness, literally a holy grail, through which our Father, Mother, God, and the angel of resurrection are able to greatly expand the mother of pearl resurrection flame that bathes the earth every year during the March equinox and for several weeks thereafter. Because of the incredible shifts that have taken place over the past several months, this year humanity is able to withstand higher frequencies of the resurrection flame than ever before. Due to the need of the hour, the company of heaven wants to remind us of why our Father, Mother, God blessed us with the resurrection flame in the first place, and how this sacred fire will assist us in accomplishing our divine missions at this time. Eons ago, when the sons and daughters of God began experimenting with our gift of life and departed from the love-based qualification of our thoughts and feelings. Our Father, Mother God perceived the shadow of our miscreation taking form in our consciousness and in our earthly bodies. They knew the fruits of those seeds would be aging, disease, disintegration, and decay. They further understood that some means of restoration would have to be provided to the children of earth who would one day desire to return to our original God estate. To begin the process of manifesting that restorative power, our Father, Mother God breathed into their heart flames from the very core of creation, the radiance of the Mother of Pearl resurrection flame. This sacred fire is a multifaceted and multidimensional frequency of light by which the aged, diseased, distorted, and disintegrating carbon-based substance generated by the misuse of humanity's thoughts and feelings can be purified, restored, and rejuvenated back into its original God perfection. When all was in readiness, our Father, Mother God summoned a mighty solar archangel from the great silence to bring this sacred restoring flame to earth. Through the heart flame of this mighty archangel, who is known through all creation as the angel of resurrection, the Mother of Pearl resurrection flame was anchored on earth. From that moment forth, the angel of resurrection has accepted the responsibility of bathing the earth in the resurrection flame in a rhythmic momentum. This sacred fire flows through the portal of light formed during the March equinox every year and bathes the earth for several weeks. In the northern hemisphere, the resurrection flame manifests in obvious ways in the elemental kingdom by awakening the hibernating animals and bringing the plants and trees back to life after the dormant winter months. For the sons and daughters of God, however, this influx of light is more subtle, yet critically important in assisting us with the divine alchemy of resurrecting our own carbon-based planetary bodies into the fifth dimensional crystalline-based solar light bodies we will abide in on the new earth, which we are now creating. Due to the fact that we have God victoriously accomplished many shifts within our earthly bodies since the birth of this new decade, our Father, Mother God have granted the angel of resurrection permission to breathe unprecedented frequencies of the Mother of Pearl resurrection flame into our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love at this time. This monumental amplification of the resurrection flame is quickening the vibratory rate and the divine alchemy taking place within humanity's and Mother Earth's carbon-based cells.
Okay, we're going to pause there. And if you'd like to see the rest of this, it's a YouTube. Please take advantage of this moment and all of our other vlogs as well. Okay. So we'll come back. And see what you thought of that. Those different examples of what I would say would be people are extremely powerful channels that started out just like you know, sitting one day it happened, you know. Probably at some level they asked for it, even if it wasn't conscious, but I think you guys have an advantage because you're making a conscious intention to reach out. And tonight we're going to talk about lots of different beings that are suggestions for you to consider channeling, because there'll be 4 categories that we'll talk about and different beings from each of those categories. And the best I can suggest for you, other than what we do tonight, is to let one approach that feels right. And again, we'll talk more about that. So I have a channel now I'd like to share with you before we start that exercise. And this is from Seth, Master Puddah. She said, there is nothing beyond love. Everything, everywhere, and in every dimension is leading towards love, the expansion of more love. Love is the center of all being, all knowing, and all understanding. Love is the solution to the questions. Love is always the answer. You ever ask yourself why you came to this beautiful blue-green planet? What is the reason? And perhaps what is your mission? The answer is you willingly chose to come here to incarnate, to create opportunities for yourself, to bring more love than you've ever brought before in any lifetime. Have you heard that we are the ones that we've been waiting for? And this is the lifetime that you have waited for? The answer is yes to both questions. During your many lifetimes and experiences upon the earth, you have gone through a process of elimination. You have constantly cleared the cobwebs and the veils, each time becoming a little more aware of what you do not want. I'm going to pause for a moment and ask everybody again to please mute your rooms. You can or will know when you are at the end of this cycle, when you cannot find any more of the I do not wants in this lifetime. Then you'll have really created a life where you are no longer creating what you do not want. And you can fully focus on the other direction and begin to put all of your energy and creatorship abilities into manifesting what you do want. Then you have come to a new dawning in your life, and your energy begins to spiral upward and expand in a consistent, ever accelerating vibration. Many of you are here now, and you're truly loving your creations, and you're manifesting your wants and desires. Others of you are here right now on the cusp of this, and realizing where you put your attention is where your energy goes. You catch yourself having a judgment or creating something again that you thought you were done with and that you don't want to reoccur. The mantra we wish to share with you, we have shared before, is what I think and what I feel, I bring into form. You might try that. What I think and what I feel, I bring into form. I declare myself a conscious creator. When you're creating breakdowns, or what some call the dark night of the soul, you are hopefully choosing to create the end of a cycle in your life that is fear-based and do what I call bounce. When you finally come to a place in your vibration where you can honestly say from your heart, you are done with a self-destructive pattern, then you can get honest with yourself and reverse it. Know that you are absolutely the creator of your own experience and the co-creator of the shared world. Knowing this in your heart allows you to begin to take back the conscious control of your life, using your powerful abilities to create in a new and brighter light. We ask you to lovingly look at these patterns within yourself and perhaps realize right here, right now, that you have kept love out of your life because you fear it. When you are in the patterns of creation that are self-destructive, you are in a flow of that which is not love. From this place, you can feel that there is no other place to go, and sometimes forget how to turn your vibration and your energy back to love, back to a higher vibration. Please understand that now is the time we have to set our clocks to wake up from the years of living in duality. As we all begin to move to the mirror of our own reflection, there is only magnificence and brightness and the potentials of your pure potential as an incarnated light being on planet Earth. I tell you, my creator friends, that the only thing that you truly fear is the brightness of your own light and the responsibility that comes from creating with your own true power. No one can hurt you but you. And your friends, and your family want you to be loved. They want you to express that uniqueness that you came here to be. Your higher being wants this more than anything. Your true power and the ability to love and create with divine light is untapped. The Earth herself is in an ascension pattern now, which means she is spiraling upward toward the light. She is becoming the star that she was always meant to be over this next time period. This is a time of great change, and huge potentials are right there for everyone that chooses to use the energy of this shift, the shift of the ages, to benefit themselves, also for their families, their friends, and add to the light of all that is. The Earth is a planet that was destined, as you know, to be a soul school, offering the opportunity for many species to play out their roles, their challenges, and their fears. This beautiful planet offers a place to use your free will unlike any other place in the universe. This was and still is a place to complete your karmic understanding of how all life is interconnected. The old saying is what goes around comes around perfectly describes the Earth experience. This great school of thought, and now of the heart, allows many souls to become conscious or self-realized as they navigate within the free will zone of Earth. Have you noticed that many species and civilizations have come to Earth and then left? They used the Earth as a catapult to the higher dimensions as they became aware of how to claim their mastery as an illuminated being, a creator, while they were here, of course. This is the time for all beings to begin to understand that this planetary operating system only works efficiently when you create from the feeling state. This means that using your emotions to create, to feel, is the fastest way to manifest. And of course, to create more joy in your life, which is an aspect of love. Have you not noticed that thinking and feeling painful or negative thoughts only creates more of them? Thinking and feeling loving and joyful thoughts creates more of them too. It's a choice. When you create from your heart space, you access the original instructions for your life, and you create, as we said, without fear. It is not possible to be within your heart and create anything negative or painful. Within the heart is a world of healing, a world of compassion, a world of joy, and your own personal mastery. My advice is to keep pushing and walking through the old patterns, each time consciously choosing again when they surface. Fear and pain are illusions. They are not of the light. Choose love instead, as the light within the love is able to shatter any kind of chaos or fear. Fear cannot survive in love. This is important. I'm going to say it again. Fear cannot survive in love, but love can survive in fear. Love quite simply is. It exists for the sake of love and for the sake of nothing else except the beingness of it. Have you noticed when you heal yourself and you're kind to everyone, everyone around you changes and they begin to heal also? You become the collective energy pattern of the reality of love and how it moves through you into the cells of others around you. The other cells then begin absorbing this light, that is love, and begin to awaken and remember also. The light is nurturing and allows everyone a way to move into an emotional healing process that will benefit you. Remember, love is contagious, and we're hoping everyone catches it soon and is infected with great amounts of this healing, loving light. Go to your own mirror and really see and feel the divine being that is within you. Then go out and be it. Be the mirror of love for others so that they can awaken too. Be the change you want to see in the world, holding the energy of love for yourself and then for others. Just be the great gift that you came here to be. Always remembering that no one is loved more than another. We are all connected through the oneness. We're all loved and supported. Remember, my creator friends, that you are a great and powerful spiritual being that is eternal, immortal, and you are loved beyond measure. My blessings and namaste. I am Seth. Okay. How's that feel? Does it resonate? Yeah. Good. So set your intentions wherever you like, but I'd start with, I want to do 24 hours of love with no negative thoughts, no judgments, no anybody trying to tell me I'm wrong or talk me out of anything. In the chat room, we have, could you repeat Patricia's last name? It's Kota. See here, I'll type it. Kota Robles. And her website is eraofpeace.org. Well worth checking out. So those were some lovely examples of people channeling the light, making a difference in the world. Now it's our turn. We're going to look at some categories. And if you want to jot this down, the first category is angels. You might not have an interest in channeling angels, and that's fine, but at least look at it. Okay. The second one is ascended masters. And some people don't know what an ascended master is, so I put in a description. They're very easy to channel, and they're so loving, and they're here. You know, they want to help. Elementals, which are the earth beings, earth, air, fire, and water, and animal beings. And then I put in one last category, if we have time, it's the goddesses. And there are, you know, so many, of course, goddesses. But so as we introduce them, I want you to think of yourself as going shopping. And there's a revolving door, and the doors, you step into the revolving door, and the door goes around and it stops. And then you move into that category. You get to look at it, feel it, experience it, say thank you, move on to the next, get back in the revolving door, and go to the next category of beings. So hopefully one or more category will resonate for you tonight. Perhaps someone will be so strong and come in that will say, I would like you to select me to channel. And you'll have some kind of dialogue. And of course, you can ask us for help to say, is that, you know, a good choice for me? Because then we'll be doing some deeper channeling work with that being. Okay. After you make your choice. Okay, let's look at the categories. Okay, and ascended masters, again, I put in some energy, some description. The colorful collective of Christed ascended masters is a large expanded energy field that was set up by the spiritual hierarchy to allow all earth humans to access many levels of wisdom and knowledge to enhance their earth experience. The masters are both male and female and manifest from a wide range of cultures, including Native Americans, Caucasians, African, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, and even those from the galactic realms and ancient cultures such as Atlantis, Lemuria, and ancient Maya. This infusion session will connect you with the streams of knowledge flowing from what we call the 144 multicultural Christed ascended masters who work in Earth's field and assist humanity every day. So a perfect example of an ascended master is Saint Germain. Saint Germain is the current, I guess you would say, working master that's 24/7 dedicated to Earth. His temple, they say, is in Mount Shasta. I consider him a friend of mine. These are people who live full and wonderful lives of light and love. And they asked their creator when they died if they could come back and serve the earth from a spiritual aspect. And of course, some of them actually did ascend without using the death process to cross over. Okay, another one, of course, would be Jesus. So I'm just going to go down the list so you get a chance to look at it. We'll come back so that you get to see this list. And I think I'll email it to you too. So for those that want, you know, to really be with it. And you don't actually, I mean, there are ascended masters that are not on this list, by the way. So this is just a suggestion. Paramahansa Yogananda is on the list. A lot of people channel him. Moses, I've had the pleasure of channeling Moses some years ago. It was wonderful. Pele, the goddess of fire, often, you know, is considered a source of wisdom when you're going to Hawaii. And there's, of course, there's thousands of archangels, but these are the ones I'm going to suggest that you choose from if you're going to go into this category. I think I could be of better assistance to you, and so does Puddah, if you choose from this list again. Okay. And, you know, you can go online and you can Google all information about all of these beings, but I don't think you'll have the same experience as if you let them come to you. And just have a personal experience first. You know, I wouldn't choose from the one that's done the most important deeds or helped the planet. I would choose from a common vibration that you share in your heart. and maybe stay off the internet the first week. So you're getting an authentic take on who this being is. Okay, here are the elemental beings. And as they come to you, they may or may not have a name that you can understand, but I would encourage you to ask. Obviously, mermaids are water beings, undines, sylphs and fairies from the air, gnomes and dwarfs from the earth. And the word that's used to describe the fire element beings are salamanders. And they're not always looking like a salamander. That's the little reptile. That's the name that is often used if a salamander comes to you. And here are some of the goddesses, again, the ones that I feel I have a connection to right now, and that would be easy to channel if you decide to approach them and they approach you. Now, as far as animal beings, I don't have to list those. You know, you may want to channel. I'm going to ask you not to channel your cat or your dog or your horse that passed over. If you choose animal, I'm going to ask you to choose an animal, the higher being of an animal, like a hawk, or someone maybe top of the food chain, like a tiger, an elephant, a whale, you know, and not a physical incarnated animal at this time, or one that's crossed over that, you know. I would ask you to go into the higher aspects of who that animal is in the species of who they are. I think they'd have a lot of wisdom for you from there. Okay. So I would jot down those categories. Again, the goddesses, the elementals, archangels. A lot of choices just to get one to come forward, and then lots of ascended masters here. Okay, so we're going to spend the next part of the class doing mini channels, okay? We're going to use an affirmation to summon the beings from a particular category. You're going to put your blindfold on. We're going to listen to some soft music. And we're going to intend that someone approaches you. If more than one being approaches you, ask for the one that has the brighter light to step forward. The one that's, you know, emanating the most light would be my way of choosing. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to read this with your room muted with me. And the first category is was ascended masters, okay? This is an invocation to channel a being of light. I call upon the overlighting presence of Mother, Father, God, my I am presence, and all beings of light from on high that serve the light of our Creator. I personally acknowledge that I am a part of the co-creative council that is in service to Mother Earth and her inhabitants through my soul and my human vehicle. Now that statement alone is giving the beings that might want to come to you some information about you. So you need to own that, okay? I now request to merge and integrate with my soul and my I am presence. I now ask for the alignment of my highest light. I merge now with my I am presence. So I ask you to do one of two things: is allow your higher self to stand behind you and put their hands on your shoulders, and you to simply step back and to merge. Let's all try that tonight. If you're against merging with your I am presence, I respect that. You'll have to find your own way then to connect with them, probably through the third eye. I recognize myself as divine empowerment embodied. I now embrace and integrate my pure potentiality as a human incarnated upon planet Earth on this day. So now these affirmations, if you're practicing at home, I would recommend that you would read them when you're setting this up to practice 3 times, okay? So, and the visualization is always triangulation. And triangulation is connecting to the earth as your mother, to the sun as the light of your father, and to the heart as we align with the I am presence, which is your higher being. So I am that I am, connecting to the earth, I am that I am, connecting to the sun. I am that I am, connecting to my heart. All of these affirmations, again, intended to raise my vibration to a place of channeling. I remember I am, and I'm just going to say them 3 times now, and you know the visualization, okay? I remember I am. I remember I am. I remember I am. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am a master being of light. I am a master being of light. I am a master being of light. I am holy. I am holy. I am holy. I am sacred. I am sacred. I am sacred. I am wisdom. I am wisdom. I am wisdom. Remember to do the visualizations, okay? I am divinity embodied. Connect to the earth. I am divinity embodied. Connect to the sun. I am divinity embodied. Connect to your heart. I am truth. I am truth. I am truth. I am power. I am power. I am power. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my life. I am here. I am here. I am here. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am open. I am open. I am open. I am all that I am. I am all that I am. I am all that I am. Now visualize the group and just say one time, please guide. I now access the divine soul rays of light that created this solar system, this planet, and my body. In this divine summoning, I open myself to make benevolent contact with the being of light and love. I ask that this contact be for my highest and best good at this time. Now, you don't have to stop talking here, it's just that this is my suggestion. Okay? So go ahead and look at this list. See yourself in the revolving door now. And the revolving door has come to the Ascended Masters category. And I'm going to give you, I think, 5 minutes. I'll listen to my guides too, to ponder each one. You may want a muscle test, but I'd like to see you at least get an idea of one or more of these Ascended Masters that you would like to channel. See if I can make it all fit on one page here. Okay. I would begin with my blindfold on, and then as you know, your information comes in, you're going to want to write stuff down, so take notes. So enjoy this category as you connect with the Ascended Masters. Decide who would be good to channel. And we're going to have some music. If the music bothers you, just turn the volume down on your computer. But for other people, I think it will enhance the experience. We're going to put on music from Patricia Cota Robles' site. How did you do? Pastor Puddah's here. She came in to help. She said, how was that? Did everybody make contact in some way where you could feel the energy of the masters?
I did.
BZ, you did?
Yes.
Debbie?
With Saint Germain
Good. Beautiful.
and whales and dolphin after that.
Anne wrote, it's not showing on my screen. So could the rest of you see the words that were up on the screen? Okay. Then I don't know. It has to be something with your computer because it's showing here. When I say share screen, it's showing up on my computer. And so I can always double check, of course, with you guys. But was there anybody else that could not see the words? That they were blurry? Okay.
One
Well,
of the things, Laurie, for me was I had a feeling of, although couldn't visually see clearly on it, but feeling of lots of energies, and it was almost like I don't remember what it's called, but there's in the playground as a child, there's that little thing you can jump on and go around in a circle. It's low and has
right.
little,
Like a merry-go-round kind of thing.
yeah, although you can run alongside and then jump on it. But so that was going slowly, and it was almost like a dance, but and I, rather than reaching forward, in other words, trying to just let it into the head, and I wanted to stay in the heart. And I asked if there was someone who, had a desire to come and channel with me. And so I sat with that for a minute, but all of a sudden there was this overwhelming cup runneth over of love just pouring out. And so
Good.
my question is, how would I, because clearly someone and I connected on thing, but I have no idea who it is. I was busy with the cup running over.
Okay. And some of you might be wondering what if you both select the same one, the same master or the same angel or the same, goddess. It's totally fine. Don't worry about anybody else. This is your experience. Okay. They're not proprietary. But it is that feeling of love. And, for those of you that are seeing, it's just infusions of light. Alshia.
I had different beings come to me. Initially, it was Isis. And then I saw a vision of a whale. The whales actually came to me last week, but they're waiting very patiently.
Okay, they may be one of the ones you'll consider.
Yeah, absolutely. Whales are like my babies. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're saying they're more like their baby, but yeah.
We're each other's baby. And then Puddah, who I know nothing about, Puddah, and then Melchizedek, and that was it. I wanted to ask you if you would tune in to see, out of this category, what would be the best being.
I can't at the time frame. I wish I could.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to do 3 more categories, and after that, your homework's going to be to go back into the revolving door and revisit each category.
Got it.
And then pick one. And I don't feel comfortable doing that for you.
Okay.
After you make a choice, then I can help you.
Okay. Very good.
But I don't want to influence your choice because that would diminish the class, for you.
Of course.
Okay.
I guess it's getting confirmation, but we'll do that next week.
Well, but yeah, understand there's no right or wrong choice here.
Okay.
They're all good choices. It's just, remember, your free will and your passion that's going to go into the connection of building the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And at any time, and you should know this for your life, the relationship becomes difficult or dark in any way, which I don't believe it would be, or I wouldn't put that being on the list. You end it.
Okay.
Go somewhere else. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, we're going to,
using the either your own yes or no or the pendulum for not to narrow down the list, but to see if I could identify which was the one that I had that
yeah,
feeling.
yeah. Use the pendulum, use your own intuitive yes and no, use your own inner sight to see. I would say one of my factors would be who's generating the most light, and also who's approaching me, who's reaching out to me, you know. And remember, if you don't choose them, you're not going to hurt their feelings. Okay, this is an exercise that they're all supporting each other. They've evolved into the love space. So if you choose one and not the other, you're not hurting anybody's feelings. Okay,
So
there's
you
always
could
tomorrow.
go down the list and just spend a moment with each tuning in and see if you're getting something in addition.
Yeah, or wait and see who comes to you. Yeah, yeah. Again, no right or wrong way to do it. Okay, we are going now back to the affirmation. Sorry. To the invocation, I should say. Let me make this bigger. And I'm going to say, you don't have to say all of this again, but I would like you to say the last paragraph. So together, mute your room. And we're going to the archangels now. I now access the divine soul rays of light that created this solar system, this planet, and my body. In this divine summoning, I open myself to make a benevolent contact with the being of light and love. And we can add now an archangel. I ask that this contact be for my highest and best good at this time. Okay. So let's go here. And we'll take a few minutes so that you can do the process and connect. Okay. And if a different angel comes, it's not on the list and you know it's an archangel, then that certainly can be a potential. I just listed some to make this easier for you. So, okay, enjoy. Put your blindfold on to begin with. And trust. please come back. Anybody want to comment on how the angel category was? Did you make contact with a specific angel or more than one? Or I should say, did they make contact with you?
I see like the white beings with the wings and look like a guy very young. I have the feeling of Archangel Sacriel, because it bring me joy, bring me really blissful, felt very happy when I see him.
Archangel Zadkiel, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can always muscle test. You can say, are you Archangel Zadkiel? To verify. Okay. That's great. But I love that you're trusting your intuition first before, starting a list of questions. So. Okay, you're all kind of quiet. So how's it going? Are you understanding the process, and do you think it's going to work for you, Anne?
Yeah, Archangel Raphael came in and said, we have a lot to do together.
Nice.
And I have a lot to learn. I'm not seeing your list though. It says, my screen sharing says, host has disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, how many saw the list? Raise your hand. Okay, anybody else not see the list besides Anne? Okay, so something's going on your computer. You shouldn't have to do anything to click screen sharing. I'm clicking screen sharing.
Well, it said
it should just appear.
Host disabled it, meaning you disabled my participation.
That's the message you get when you try to share your screen. She's sharing her screen.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You just see what comes here. Let's try it again. Okay, I'll share the screen right now. Okay.
Yeah.
You should be able to see it right now. List of our.
Nope, it's all black.
Okay. So if I was you, I would go to technical people.
Okay.
On Zoom.
All right.
When you, not now, but when you have a chance, And I will email you this list, all of you. Tomorrow. So you'll have a backup. Okay. You don't have to open it. You can throw it away if you want, but you'll have it. And then when you watch the replay, hopefully the replay won't be a problem. I can't imagine that it would be.
Okay, thanks.
Just another note. Some people were asking for a link for tonight. It's the same link that you had last week when you got the confirmation letter. So it's the same link. Obviously, I mean, you know that now, but for anybody who's listening to the replay, or the same link for all 4 classes, the same link also for the replay page. A link for Zoom and a link for the replay, which is my website. Okay. So you won't get a different one every week. That's confusing. Okay, we're going to the next category now. Yay. Should start feeling a little bit easier too. Did I lose my list? Okay, here's the invocation. Let's do the last paragraph. I now access the divine soul rays of light that created this solar system, this planet, and my body. In this divine summoning, I open myself to make benevolent contact with the being of light and love. I ask that this contact be for my highest and best good at this time. Okay. So we're going to the third category now, which are elemental beings. And since Anne can't see the screen, they're water beings, air beings, earth beings, and fire. So, and the water elements are undines, that's the name of them, or mermaids. And again, you may get a water being that comes to you that tells you, my name is Sophia. You should trust that, write that down. Sylphs and fairies are from the air. Same thing. Well, a fairy may come to you and tell you, her name is Patricia. You don't know. Gnomes and dwarfs that live in the earth, and salamanders from the fire element. So enjoy this opportunity now. We'll give you some music. Blindfolds on if you haven't already. Okay, please come back. Mhm. I'm feeling that for some of you, that was your first contact with elemental beings. Jean, you want to share?
Yeah, I'd like to share. The person I got was a mermaid. Her name was Sally. And I was starting to feel a little bit, torn because I've had contact with somebody from each category. And the message that she gave me was that no matter who I pick, they'll all be there working with that person that I picked to help. So I won't miss out, and I don't need to feel bad that I've picked one over the other. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Beautiful. It's great to hear it from them. They just want to all support you. Yay. Anybody else?
I got the mermaid too.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, she's blue and have the fin, like red fin.
Mhm.
And she showed me under the water with a lot of jellyfish, seahorse, and whales and dolphins.
Nice.
Her name is Adomi,
Nice.
and she said she's from Andromeda,
Very good.
and she want to she showed me that her intention, she want to do, clearing all elemental, the water, make everything beautiful again.
Wonderful. Woohoo. It's a breakthrough, and you got a name. That's wonderful. Anybody else? Anne?
Yes, I got a gnome. I think he's a gnome named Patrick. He says we knew each other when I lived in Ireland.
Aha.
And Rudolph Steiner told him to come to me.
Okay.
And he's going to be showing me how to navigate different areas of inside the planet.
That's exciting.
I think so.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Puddah's sitting here and she's saying, just take this moment to remind you when you start channeling to remember the triangulation process. To ground into the earth, bring the energy all the way up. This is, of course, after doing the other practices we've already done. And you bring the energy up to your third eye, rotate the third eye forward, beam it into the being that you've chosen to channel, and they will start to send information and light through to your heart. So that once you start to receive that in your heart, keep pushing it up to the third eye, out to them, back to the heart. So the triangle begins. The process of moving out of duality. There's your triangle. Okay? Remember that from last time. And it will help you. Okay?
I have a question though.
Okay.
When they show up, I never know them before. And then when they show up and I talked to them, I said I allowed them, I would like to stay connected and remain, connect with them the whole time. Is that correct? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. I'm just pointing out that when we triangulate with another being, we're moving into the higher frequencies, which is the truth of who they are. And you don't want to just begin a conversation unless you're very advanced with your third eye and your heart connection. You want to have the triangulation so that you're absolutely certain that it's real. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm looking at the clock. We're going to do one more category. Okay. And these are the goddesses. Of course, there's many, many goddesses. Here's what I wrote. And let's take a moment to do the affirmation and the invocation. I now access the divine soul rays of light created this solar system, this planet, and my body. In this divine summoning, I open myself to make benevolent contact with the being of light and love from the goddess category. I ask that this contact be for my highest and best good at this time. Again. Okay. So take it away. Put your blindfold on first. See who comes to you. And I'll give you some music. Okay. Okay, we're not going to do the animal category together as a class, but if you don't have already a strong inclination as to who you're going to channel, you can do that. You can create the species of different animals that are evolved on our planet. Someone that would have a lot of wisdom. And again, I recommend animals that are top of the food chain, like whales or some type of higher bird, an eagle or a condor, a tiger maybe, or a lion, something that's going to have a lot of experience and wisdom to share with you to make it worth your while. And then if you choose that, then that'll be, ask them for a name, and you can start going into what they want to share with you. So the goal is to set up a dialogue now. So this is what you're going to do. Hold on, turn my phone off. You're going to go into the revolving door, and the revolving door will stop where the ascended masters are. And there's going to be a big closed door, like a big wooden door. It's closed now. Now that door will only open for you if they feel that this is a category that you should choose from. Make it really easy for you. Okay, then you get back on the revolving door and go to the next category, which are the archangels. See this big wooden door that's closed. If it opens for you, then there's probably one of those angels that wants to approach you and become your channeling partner. Okay. Same thing, go back, but I wouldn't make a choice until I'd gone all the way around to all the rooms, if I was you. And then I would go to the, who was third? The elementals, and see if that door opens. And then go to the goddesses, see if that door opens. And that'll make it easier for you because they're working, remember, as a collective to help you. And in your email, you can check tomorrow, I'll send you the invocation that we use to raise your vibration, okay? Plus the replay will be up on the replay link page. And so you can practice as many times as you want. And then by next, I'm going to say maybe Monday, you're going to have made your selection. You might make it right away, even today or tomorrow. Let's go ahead and start, your channeling. And I would record some of them. I would write some of them. I would verbalize, what I'm hearing. I'd practice all of that. Practice to see if you're going to be a vocal channel or a lot of people I'm getting, we'll find out when the pen touches the paper, the choice has been made and the mergers happen, your hand will write. Okay, it'll just happen. The being that you're channeling will take over. And I don't care if it's long or short. I think that's up to you. Maybe you want to start with some short channels though, to just get a sense of what it's going to be about. And with Seth, I can look back, and Seth talks an awful lot about the life purpose, about the mission, about telepathy, about discovering who you really are while you're here. Those are the topics that Seth likes to channel on. So that's kind of what I can expect. When I'm working with a dolphin, almost always there's channels coming in from that dolphin that are about healing modalities, new ways to discover how to calibrate our DNA. Sometimes it's about the history of the dolphin and us understanding their abilities from some 30 million years in the future, things like that. So you get a sense of it, but right now you're like a kindergartner, and the blackboard is clean. There's nothing up there yet. So does everybody understand how to go forward and practice the assignment to find the being with the most light that feels the most comfortable to you to make and then you're going to make a contract with them. You're going to agree to channel them. They will agree to enhance your life in some way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
You when you talked about on the carousel going around, is there a possibility more than one door would open, or just one? They'll decide.
Yeah, there's a possibility. I think you can put that. I mean, do you feel capable of channeling more than one being next week?
Well, I don't know about that. I just meant are you kind of slotting around so the first one that opens is the one that's chosen?
Yeah, well, I would say go all the way around and see which door opens. If more than one door opens, go around again
Okay.
and see of those two doors that opened, which one feels better.
Okay.
Is it possible to channel more than one being? Yeah, but it may not serve you at this stage of your learning to do it. I personally would want to settle in with one being and get comfortable with it. And
Oh yeah, me too. I just was wondering if it was like because you said that they're working as a collective.
yeah, well,
Well,
anything's possible.
they've made the choice. Let's open
Well,
this.
they've made the choice, yeah, to open the door, right? Absolutely, as a group. And then, of course, they don't know if you're going to choose them, but I'm sure they're, you know, vying for your attention. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so
Thank
next week, we're going to start sharing. Obviously not real long channels, but if you have a long channel, you can give us, the meat and potatoes of it. You can give us the essence of it. If you have short channels, we can hear those. And then we'll go on, and we'll go on to starting to create a channeling partnership about a certain topic that's important to you. Like you might want help with your business, or you might want help with some type of education, about an understanding of your cosmic family, about your connection to Mother, Father, God. You may have all kinds of questions, and so we'll go deeper. But right now, we want to get what they want to share with you about who they are and what they can share with you. So you can be clear. You say, "I'm seeking wisdom. These are the topics I'm the most interested in." So don't think that they can't hear you, because they can. And I just feel a whole lot of excitement right now, a whole lot of excitement for the opportunity for you guys to do this and to really make it count, really have fun with it. Okay. Any last questions before we,
I do.
Debbie?
Do we still do the heart, third eye, touch, reach out, that triangulation?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, it's best to triangulate. Yeah, to get
Oh,
the
I
energy
thought that
flowing.
meant earth, sky, and heart, not the.
Well, the
heart.
triangulation is once you're in unity balance. So the energy of Mother and Father are in your heart and you're triangulated. You're in unity balance, basically. You feel 0 point energy. Then you can start by grounding again with the intention of creating a one-on-one connection to somebody. Last week we did it with Puddah. So we grounded, we brought the energy up to the heart, up to the third eye. We pretended it was a fountain. We massaged it. We used our tip of our tongue on the roof of our mouth to enhance the vibration. Turned the third eye forward, beamed it into Puddah, and Puddah sent it back to your heart. So it starts, then you can start what we call the triangle. Heart to third eye to the being heart to third eye. But
Okay,
you're setting that up with the unity breath.
got you. And is it important that we make the invocation out loud, or can we
I
say
think it
to
is.
ourselves? Is
Well,
that
I think you'll have
better?
a completely different result. Yeah. Yeah. It's important that you hear your own words, as they are your words and also the channeling partner.
Great.
Yeah.
And the only other thing is, last week on the recording, I heard you talking about a handout. Is that something we should have gotten, or something you'll send out? Maybe
Can you be more
next round.
specific? Well,
I
the
don't
only
know.
thing we really
was-
used last week was the affirmation to connect to Puddah, to Seth.
Okay.
I can include that if you like. I'll do that.
Great.
I'll send an email with the 3 attachments, and you'll have those. You'll have the group of beings, potential channels, and the invocation to channel, and the invitation to channel with Seth. Okay. Okay. All right. So everyone, please move into your heart. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and in your own way now, express gratitude to these beautiful souls that have stepped forth, that have come through the veil to meet you, because they love you. So we close the sacred space with humility and reverence and honor for each and every one of the beings that have thrown their hat into the ring to become a channeling partner for you. We thank them. We're grateful. And so we close the sacred space for the April 1st class by saying the words, we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Our sacred space is closed. Namaste. And here's, are you still there? Yeah, here she is. here, she wanted to say goodbye. Say bye-bye, honey. So have a great week. Lots of love.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Laurie. Thank you.